Sagittarius, how are you? Sagittarius, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate all of y'all's time and energy and love and support, patience. Thank you guys so much for all of that. Let's go ahead and just jump right into it, all right? So this is going to be your official love message for February of 2020, all right? The message is going to be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and more than likely the cross watcher. And the reason why I say that here is because the intention that's actually set forth here for this reading is going to be for those of you who are actually coming to this reading with someone on your heart. Okay, whether you're in the relationship with this person already, maybe you've been recently separated with this person already, all right, they resonate to you, or you're still carrying their energy signature. All right. So if you have brought that person in your heart to this reading, then this message will be for you. Of course, the messages won't resonate to everyone, and that's okay. If they don't resonate to you, then just, check out your other signs or check back with this reading, a little bit later and see how things fit then. All right. And of course, if they do fit, then of course, let me know how everything plays out for you in the comment box below. So let's go ahead and use our Signs from Spirit Love Oracle. This is going to give us some insight into what Spirit is trying to show us about this relationship, or what we need to really pay attention about this relationship, okay? Let's get one more shuffle, and then we'll go ahead and ask Spirit for our message. All right, Spirit, may I have one card here to show us some signs that you may be trying to get Sagittarius to understand about this particular relationship or ex-relationship, whoever they have brought in their heart with them to this reading. Could you please allow our Sagittarius friends to understand? All right, so we've got two messages to fall out. Of course, it's like in all my readings, it's like there's always a card that just flies all the way to the corner and I have to get it. So that card is apron. All right, apron or service, which really indicates to me, Sagittarius here. Okay, what I'm feeling here with this energy is not so much like maid type energy. Like that's like the obvious, but I don't really feel like that. I really feel like the energy here is like it's more so of of wanting to help this particular person. All right, this person may have been you may have been shown this person because you were there to help them, or they maybe were there to help you. The next card that actually came out with that is veil, hidden. Okay, so this is an interesting card to come out with it. Hold on, let me try to set this up. But yeah, this is an interesting card to come out with it here. Veil or hidden, right? The reason why I feel like this is interesting, why this is a very interesting energy here that comes out with the service or apron card, is because what I really feel like here is Sagittarius. How can I say this? I don't feel like there's any hidden agenda or manipulation. What I do feel, though, is I do feel like there's maybe a little bit of some things that you don't know, okay? There may be some things that you don't know. And you're doing your part. You're helping, you're providing a service, you are, integrating yourself in this person's life. And Spirit is trying to say, listen, you're doing all that. That's great. That's what Spirit wants you to do, to help people, but at the same time, Spirit is saying, don't be blinded. All right. Don't be blinded by this person as well, because the energy that you may feel for this person is so strong and you're doing for them so much that it's like you get all caught up into all this stuff that you're doing for them that they don't even really have to tell you anything else that they have going on because you don't have the time for it. Let's go ahead and pull some more energy. Let's take a look at what is now. I mean, this is only the first two cards. Its energy may change, but let's go ahead and take a look and see what could be working for the positive here between you and your person. All right, Spirit. What is actually working for the good of this relationship? Would you please allow us to see? All right. Spirit is letting us see. Oh, there's way too many cards. May I have one card, please? Oh, here we go in that corner. This is horrible. Okay, here we go. Thank you so much, Spirit. So the card that we have here is Solitude. Listen, what I'm feeling here is I'm feeling like, okay, intuitively, honestly, I'm just going to go with it. I'm feeling, honestly, like Sagittarius, someone is taking advantage of, the services that you provide, okay? And it's like the only time that you really have any peace is when you're like not around this person. That's why solitude is working in favor of the relationship. The only time you ever really feel like yourself is because you're not around this person. The only time you ever feel like yourself is when you're not around this person. So this may be speaking to some of you guys who are no longer in the relationship, okay? It's like once things kind of got to a certain point to where you kind of realize like, oh, I'm doing all this stuff for them. And meanwhile, they're hiding this and that and the third. And, you're not really seeing who this person really is. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, wow. I almost feel like this is like the evil eye. I almost feel like this is like the evil eye. And it's like the only time you really ever have any peace or any escape is when you are in solitude, when you're alone, when you actually have time to reflect on your thoughts because you're not being consumed by their energy or what you're doing for them. Whew. Sagittarius, that's a lot. Let's go ahead and pull from our Twin Flame Shadows deck. That's going to give us some insight into lessons learned here in this relationship, challenges within this relationship. I mean, the thing is that we've kind of already realized one, but for whatever reason, I mean, this was just something that you just didn't know. Okay, like you were just kind of. I feel like it's like you were just kind of going off of what they were telling you, what they were showing you. They were probably showing you a very, oh, Spirit, thank you. They were probably showing you a very cookie cutter version of themselves when underneath this apron, right, is like this hag, you know? And some people do just have that energy where it's like they really do, they really do look very, very trustworthy and very, very clean cut on the outside. And then you realize that they have so many buried secrets. And it's like their energy signature is just so strong that it's just like when you're around them, you're consumed by it. No wonder why you like being alone or away from them. If you already are apart from this person, no wonder why you're enjoying your singledom, or at least not being around that person anymore. All right, let's go ahead and get one more shuffle, and then we'll ask Spirit for our message here for the relationship challenges or the lessons. All right, okay, so we got two messages here. The first message that actually flipped over is silence. Yeah, someone doesn't have a voice in this relationship. How can you have a voice when, you know, when their energy is so strong and so powerful? How can you really have a voice when you're not even in the relationship for what you think you're in the relationship for, right? The other card here is judgmental. And I feel like this is a tactic, you know? This is a tactic that's being used here by this other person, Sagittarius, or that was being used by this other person, all right? So, they silence you by constantly criticizing you, okay? They silence you by constantly criticizing you. They keep you, they're really keeping you blindfolded to really how, look at this. This is what I see. Like these mannequins, like they're dressed, okay? They are stylish. But they don't know that. They're blindfolded. So anybody could say, you know what, you look fucked up. You know what I mean? You don't look good. And not only are they silenced, not only is your mouth sewn shut, but your eyes are covered. So you're kind of being led, like a pet. just doing what they want you to do, Sagittarius. Now listen, I know this message is coming off really thick, but Sagittarius, some of you may be going through that. If you're not, then good for you. If you are, then this message is for you. You may have went through that. Let's go ahead and pull from our twin flame message, which is going to give us some messages that may be indirectly being said to you or from you to the other person. Maybe things that you guys maybe want to communicate to one another, or someone wants to communicate. Possibly things that have actually been said and communicated to the other person here. Listen, if you are still with this person, understand that the fact that you can only feel like you have peace that when you're by yourself, like that's the only positive energy that I see here. Other than the fact that you really genuinely want to help, but I feel like they have their own hidden agenda there. They have their own hidden agenda. We may find out more about that as we pull actual tarot later. But if you're still with this person, yeah, I definitely feel like it's almost like you're being blindly led, and you can't even really speak up about it. Okay? If you're not with this person anymore, then you were going through that situation. All right? So let's go ahead and get one more shuffle, and then we'll ask Spirit for the message. All right, Spirit, please allow us to see what the message is here. Okay, we'll go ahead and take that one. So the card we have is my mind and heart always come back to you. Yeah, Sagittarius, what I'm feeling is like, listen, I'm not trying to make anyone sound pitiful or anything, or I'm not trying to make anyone sound helpless, but I really just feel like in this relationship, like they kind of, they did a number on you, man. They did a number on you, to the fact that even when you're not with this person anymore, they're still all you can think about, because they've implanted their signature in just so deeply. Okay. When you're with someone, when you're intimate with some people, there's a transference of energies. Okay. Now, with that being said, on that being on the flip side, all the shit that they did to you, you still may be in their heart. You still may be in their mind. Okay. So if whoever's a cross watcher here for Sagittarius and you did these horrible things to Sagittarius, then just understand it's like they still left the imprint in your mind too. Okay. And that's why you continually think about them. You may even regret the things that you did to them. All right. But like I said, on the flip side of that, initially, like I said, Sagittarius, this person, you still, the trauma that they placed on you in this relationship, the psychological trauma that they placed on you here in this relationship, you still come back to that. Okay. And you still have love for this person. Okay. They still have love for you too. But let's go ahead and pull some tarot. The tarot will tell us a little bit more. Spirit, thank you for allowing us to see and understand and interpret the messages that you have here for Sagittarius as it relates to love for February 2020. Let's get a couple of more shuffles, and then we will ask Spirit for our messages. Okay. All right. Our first message here is the Five of Cups. So, yeah. Five of Cups. Someone is definitely feeling the pain, man. Like, someone's definitely feeling the pain. Like, let's go ahead and get some more messages here. All right. The Five of Cups. So then now we have the Four of Pentacles. All right. So look, with this Five of Cups and this Four of Pentacles, someone is definitely feeling the pain, whether it's you or the other person. The both of you probably could be still feeling it. They may be feeling it because, they understand that, they kind of did you wrong. They kind of did you dirty a little bit. And it's like, they really wish they hadn't done that, because now that you're gone, you're all they can think about. All right. And then on the other side of that, you at the same time kind of maybe even regret that you even got yourself in the situation in the first place. So now it's like you're probably going to be approaching situations in the future, or even if you were to come back with this person, you're probably going to be approaching the situation very much like clutching your pearls, with the Four of Pentacles there, like, guarding your assets here, because they took advantage of your assets before. All right. Let's go ahead and get 3 more cards, Spirit. All right. So our third card here in the center is we have the Nine of Swords. And then the next card here is the Hanged Man. So with the Nine of Swords actually coming off in the center, yeah, Sagittarius, or maybe the cross watcher for Sagittarius. Of course, you're here because, like, like I said, this person is so much in your mind, so much in your heart, so much in your energy, to the point to where it's like, you're really having trouble resting. It's more so like a conscience level, okay? Especially if whoever was the one that kind of didn't have the best of intentions here in the beginning, like things are kind of weighing on the conscience here. All right. Now, for the other person here, though, this is really saying like, okay, you know what? Like someone is just really stressed out. They don't necessarily know what to do. They don't necessarily know how they're going to move on from this situation. All right. But what I do see here is the Hanged Man. So I do feel like coming forward, there's just some situations that are going to really have to just work themselves out. All right. Oh, honestly, I do feel like maybe you are going to actually come to what your conclusion is about what it is that you need to do. The more time you spend alone, okay? Because the thing about it is the more time that you spend alone, that's really the only time that you really have time to concentrate on your own thoughts and your own emotions, versus when you're with this person and their aura and their energy is just, spilling all over yours, and you don't have any time, or you don't have a chance to really focus on anything about yourself. This Hangman energy is just saying like, listen, like it's tough, but just kind of hang on, because if you really look and see, or just give it, if you really really examine the situation for what it is, kind of turn your head upside down and look at the situation here. Oh, listen, could you may even be able to kind of flip this on its back and maybe use some of the same tactics that they used on you, like against them. I mean, listen, it's shadowy, but this is a very shadowy reading at the same time. So we're not going to pretend there. All right. Now listen, okay, thank you, Spirit. Ooh, the next card that we have is the Eight of Cups. So just really at the end of the day, it's like, look, Sagittarius, is like you're going to really just, with this Hangman, is like, better yet, with the Nine of Swords and the Hangman together, is like, yeah, you really are worried and stressed about really what to do next. You're going to be taking the time, though, to kind of just figure out and discover, or just kind of see the way that you can move. You can't really move yet because you're not really in a place to move, whether that's emotionally, especially with that Five of Cups there. You may not be emotionally ready to make any moves. You may not even be physically ready to make any moves, just depending on how the relationship is going here. But listen, what you're planning, though, is you're planning a way out. You're planning to walk away from this, or someone has walked away from this. And whoever that Eight of Cups energy, yes, it's like we start with the Five of Cups here, and then we end with the Eight of Cups here. So yeah, so like I said, both parties are stressed, both parties are worried, but for different things. One person is stressed and worried because, yeah, they manipulated, or they, probably didn't have the best of intentions in the beginning of the relationship, and now they're kind of kicking themselves in the arse because it's like, they pushed this person away, and then like the other person is stressed and worried a little bit because they're trying to really figure out the best way that they really can move forward away from the situation, because like I said, you realize that you think better when you're alone. The next card that we have to round out the bottom of this reading is the Chariot and the Moon card. So this is at the bottom here. So listen, the Chariot and the Moon card, this is funny, okay? Because February, we do have a full moon. It actually already passed as of the recording of this reading. But nevertheless, this energy though it is very fast moving. So what I'm really feeling like here is like, there's not going to be like a lot of time that you are going to give yourself to really think about what you need to do. It's like as you begin to think about what you need to do, Spirit is really going to give you that insight, especially with the Hanged Man there. Spirit is really going to give you that insight. Again, allow yourself to be alone. Being silenced here may not necessarily all the way be a bad thing. This silenced energy, though, it is saying that this person definitely is possibly like either was or is trying to, silence your voice, especially with that judgmental card there. Like they definitely trying to silence your voice. They're not willing to open up and they're not willing to be very, very forthcoming with that moon card energy as well. However, though, you can still use that to your advantage because you don't have a voice, then that means they're not even going to hear you anyway once you come up with a plan on your escape. And you don't have to tell them because you know why? This moon energy is saying like, listen, like, you know what? You intuitively know what you need to do to go. Okay? The Chariot is saying run. That listen, it's like the Eight of Cups, and then this Chariot is saying you need to get right and don't say nothing. Like it's one of those situations where said person goes off to work, and then while they're at work, like you're packing up your things and you're gone by the time they leave, and they don't know nothing. You know what I mean? And why should you tell them? They did that to you, but just in different ways in the beginning of the relationship. All right. Listen, honestly, Spirit is telling me that for some of you Sagittarius, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get them back the same way they got you. Like whatever, it's like whatever agenda that they had while they were courting you, while they were getting you to fall in love with them, like whatever hidden agenda that they had for you, Spirit is telling me that once you discover what that is, you're initially going to want to give them exactly what it is that what they're looking for. But at the same time, you're doing it because you know that it's going to, in turn, it's like you end up creating an agenda now, like, oh, you had a hidden agenda for me. Okay, well, watch this, right? I'll give you what you want, but understand that I got a trick up my sleeve too. It's like what I'm feeling. Okay. And why wouldn't you? Because you've had a lot of time to sit and reflect. And the time that you've had together with this person, I don't feel has necessarily been the most positive. So let's go ahead and pull some energy here from the Romance Angel deck just to get a little bit of advice on how we should move forward, or how we might move forward, or at least what the energy looks like moving forward. Let's get one more shuffle here, and then we will ask Spirit for our message. All right, Spirit, what advice? Okay. All right. So look, we have past life relationship. You've known each other before. So listen, what I'm really feeling like is this. Oh yeah, and that makes more sense here with the moon, because of course the moon works on cycles. So this could be just a relationship that cycled into your life just to really teach you something. Maybe a lesson that you needed to learn in a past life, or maybe a lesson that you needed to learn like from a past relationship. Just something else that you just kind of needed to know, like a prerequisite that you needed to know in your progression forward. Because I do see you moving forward. All right. But I do see you moving forward alone. Okay. Now, this particular person, you have known this person before in a past life, or maybe you've just known this person what it seems to be like a lifetime ago, and this person just kind of re-showed back up in your life, right? But they re-showed back up. Does that even make sense to say that? uh, they showed back up in your life again after however long, right? But not to play fair, okay? So some of you may be dealing with that. Others of you, yeah, this could be someone, you know, if you do believe in like reincarnation, this could be someone that, you know, you have some sort of karmic tie to from some past relationship that you had in another lifetime, okay? And so this is just karma playing itself out through this relationship, all right? So, with that being said, Sagittarius, let me know how everything is working out in the comment box below. This was a very serious and deep message, but, you know, I have to get the message out, whether it's good or bad. So, hopefully, you know, y'all don't curse me out too much in the comment box. But with that being said, make sure you do comment. Like, I love the comments. Thanks for the likes, the shares. Of course, thanks for the subscribes. If you want to book a personal reading, you can. Just email me at LuminantLibraTarot@gmail.com. All of the information will be in the description box below. If you want to donate to the channel, my Cash App and PayPal information is also in the description box below. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and say bye, Sagittarius. But the good news is that I will see you soon. All right. So take care. Bye.